Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 111 of our Everton series, and today we are playing Aston Villa and the first game of our Champions League group stage campaign. Now before we get to that, we obviously need to find out what our Champions League group is, and it is time for the draw. We have been seeded first, as I am assuming Premier League winners. You can see we are second in the points behind Liverpool, which is annoying. That's the coefficient points, of course. If you have a look here now, behind my head, the teams here are Liverpool, Paris, Arsenal and Benfica. We can see ourselves, Barcelona, Dortmund and Roma are the top 8 seeds. We'll just click through this to get it done quickly. We're in Group B, and then we can get on with the randomness. Now, who do we have here? We have Manchester City behind my head with Bayer Leverkusen, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, some big teams in this pot, as well as Juventus, RB Leipzig, Atletico Madrid and Inter. We know we can't get Man City, and other than that, I mean, there's teams that have the good young players typically, or they're just good teams, and we get Real Madrid. Interesting. Have we played Real Madrid before? I don't, off the top of my head, think that we have. Certainly not for a long time anyway. Maybe back in the days of Davy Selke, we just may have... we may have got a game against Real Madrid or a tie against Real Madrid, but certainly not recently. Let's have a look at the next pot. Behind my head here, we have Olympic Lyon, we have Marseille, Celtic and PSV, then Porto, Monaco, Dynamo Kiev and Sporting. I mean, I think Kiev is probably the dream. Maybe Sporting, Kiev, Sporting or PSV. We know Celtic's a decent team. They've been Champions League quarterfinalists the last few years, haven't they? Or certainly getting out of the group, so they're not going to be an easy touch. See who we get here. I'd like to avoid a Lyon if we can, and we get Lyon. Instantly, I'm going to say we've got a group of death here. It's certainly looking that way, I think. Other than Celtic, that was probably the roughest, or maybe Porto. Monaco's good as well. Marseille. I mean, there's some good teams in the Champions League this year. It's a really, really strong group so far, isn't it? Like group is in tournament, I should say. Let's have a look at the 4th seed. So we have Spartak Moscow, Young Boys, Red Bull, Salzburg, Dinamo Zagreb are the ones behind my head, with Shakhtar, Palak, Celta Vigo, and Istanbul Başakşehir, or however you say that. There's no real team there that you'd probably rather avoid the Spanish team. We can't get them in because we already have a Spanish team in our group. There's no other French teams, so other than that, it's an open draw here for us. I don't even know who the weak link would be there. Maybe Dinamo Zagreb, but they tend to have some really good youngsters anyway. Maybe Young Boys. Spartak might be a soft touch. So we get Spartak Moscow. So that's not going to be the easiest. To tell you what, it's not a good group though, is it? It's a horror group. But looking at the other ones, there's not really any easy groups there. Maybe Group H. Maybe Group H with Celta in, but man, you've still got a German, Italian, and Spanish team in there. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think that's a very much tough group, very much a group of death. Anyway, guys, let's get the episode underway. We'll begin, though, by seeing how we've done in the league since our last episode, where we had a bit of a mixed bag start, starting with the visit of Swansea City. Harry Wilson opened the scoring with a good finish after some crisp passing around the edge of the penalty area. Bouvier doubled the lead with a stunning strike, and Militao added a third from the penalty spot before Schweinsteiger scored our 4th before half-time, finishing an excellent counter-attack. Sergio Gomez added a 5th with a contender for goal of the season just before the hour mark, before Harry Wilson got his 2nd with a sharp finish at the near post and completed his hat-trick from the penalty spot. And what a game that was. We were absolutely ruthless. Harry Wilson with a hat-trick. That's how good we were. Bouvier, Militao, Schweinsteiger and Gomez with a stunner as well. Stunning performance, this one. And next up, we went and we played... Who we played? We played Middlesbrough away in the league. Lookman found space in the box to get us off to the perfect start. Bouvier then picked out Lookman again, who found the back of the net to double the lead. Borough pulled one back on the stroke of half-time, but Bouvier secured the point with an accurate finish. This was a good, solid away performance. Lookman with a double, Bouvier with the goals. They all come from wide areas. Middlesbrough are a decent team, to be fair to them. So I was pretty happy to get this result away from home. Wasn't as ruthless perhaps as the Swansea game, but it was still pretty good. And finally, we played Bristol City, newly promoted Bristol City. Lookman opened the scoring in the 5th minute with a good finish from a Militao cross. Rafinha doubled our lead minutes later as Lookman turned provider. Canante stole possession on the half-hour mark before playing Schweinsteiger in for 3-0. Militao went close after half-time with Rafinha on hand to score his second. Bristol pulled one back with a great free kick and then another from a corner. But Richarlison ended any thoughts of a comeback, scoring at the second attempt. And this was another really, really good performance. It was a cracking free kick, wasn't it? And then a bit of a defensive lapse. But otherwise, it was a just brilliant performance, I thought. You can see Lookman, Rafinha with a double, Schweinsteiger and Richarlison with the other goals. Yeah, all in all, it was a really, really good performance, as I said. Now, speaking of Rafinha, yeah, this happened. Yeah, things are looking up. Some nice results. We're scoring goals for fun. Squad's looking confident, settled. Hello. Hey, Stuart Webber, what's up, mate? You've accepted a bid for Rafinha. Okay. 22 million? Mate, he's a key player. I don't care if it's rising to 27 million, mate. It's worth 52. Webber, you are going to kill me, mate. You're absolutely going to kill me. That's right. £22 million for a 28-year-old winger worth 52 million. That we paid more than that for him as well. We paid 43. It's not like we're making a nice little profit on it either. So, yeah, I'm really not enjoying life under Stuart Webber, if I'm honest, but so far so good. He rejected both our renewal offer of a new contract as well as Juventus. So I'm going to say we lucked out on that one, if I'm completely honest, because we could very, very easily have lost him. But as I said at the start, today it's all about Aston Villa away from home in the league and Lyon at home as we get the Champions League underway. A quick refresher of the league table. You can see that after those results, we've rebounded well from that opening day defeat to West Ham. If we were to win today, we'd actually go ahead of Liverpool and only a point behind Manchester City. So that's a pretty good recovery, I'd say. And West Ham is still up there as well. So that result doesn't look as bad now as perhaps it did sort of on that opening day. It was still a bad result, don't get me wrong, but you know they're a decent team. They haven't beaten much else, but Burnley's up there, so maybe they've had a good result. Oh, they lost that one, so maybe not. Anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit here. We've got the Carabao Cup third round draw as well. We're hosting Wolves. Now, Wolves are a Premier League team, I think. Yeah, there they are there. So at home helps. A Premier League team obviously doesn't help, but we'll see how we go on that one. But let's have a look at what we've got here against Aston Villa. And, of course, this is a hard one for me, being that Aston Villa is my team. But we are heavy, heavy favourites. We're in decent form. We have a pretty good record against them, which is good, I guess. Sean Dyche is their manager, which is... Never let that happen, please, world. Playing mentality is balanced. Playing the style is direct. And that's how we're expecting them to play there. It's kind of what you'd expect from a Sean Dyche team. You can see they got a 0-0 draw away to Arsenal last time out, so they're not the worst. They like to play out from the back. Key passes there as well. And let's have a look at the team that we are sending out. And this is it. It is Lafont in goal. It is Gustavo, it's Turpey, it's Taylor and Milo as a back four. You can see we have had to rotate a little bit ahead of the Lyon game. It's Black and Sergio Gomez in midfield. It's Harry Wilson, who's been in good form. So that's not the worst, playing him out there. Kai Havertz and Ademola Lookman with Terry Cook up top. We do have guys coming back from injury now, so as we said was happening last episode. Richarlison's back. He's on the bench for this one. Obviously, Rafinha, he's picked up a bit of a knock, but he should be... Oh, no, maybe he will be out for the next one. And Schweinsteiger's back, and he's in full swing as well. So it's a strong team, but not our strongest team, this one. So they are playing as expected. That is obviously a good thing. What do we want to say here? Pick up where they left off. Come on, lads, something we can do to keep the run going. I think that's probably the way to go. That seems to have motivated most of the boys. Some calm, we have faith in everybody else, and let's get out there. And here we go. Here we go. This is one of these games that's it's another one away from home, but we really, really do need to be winning. Especially, that we've got to make up for that result at West Ham. Wilson, he's just running the trouble there. Red card, referee. No such luck. Yeah, we don't want to be dropping any more points if we can help it. It's still early days, 5-6 games. There's a long, long way to go. We've still got to play Liverpool and Manchester City, but I like to go into those games knowing that if we were to lose, Wilson, I'm not sure that's the best clearance, but he's actually done okay there. He's found Havertz in space. Can Havertz find Terry Cook up here? He's gone over the top. Cook is in the area, but can't quite get to it. Well defended in the end. And are we going to find ourselves on the back of a counter-attack here? Ash is bringing it forward. Goes back there. Is it Bustos? It is Bustos. Just lost the name in the bench there for a second. Can we win that ball? Go on, win that ball. Win that ball. It's Havertz is there, I think. Doyle Hayes. Decent ball for Iheanacho. He's do well to score from there, won't he? I forget what I was saying now, so we'll just forget that. Here we go with Milo. This is the first time that Milo and Gustavo Lopez, Lewis, what's his name, the left back, have played since that opening game against West Ham. So it's a little bit of a chance for redemption for them. It's a decent effort from, is that Piaczek? Is that what the Czech guy, I wonder? Yeah, it's the first time we've seen them in the starting lineup since that game. So, you know, they're on, let's say, thin ice in terms of their performance here. Oh no, it's Piaczek or something. It's different, isn't it? Anyway, let's get creative here, boys. Let's have a look. No, it's a Polish guy. Yeah, so I'd like to see a good performance from them. I basically just didn't trust them after that. It's Turpey's first game of the year as well. Taylor's played a few, but not that regularly, to be honest. He's sort of the third choice guy, and I have, where possible, been playing Felipe and Stark in the middle. It's a good cross in, and it's 1-0. We don't look good again, do we? We're having another one of these days. Oh, it's offside, ref. It's offside. Everyone looks like they're coming back, so we're gonna guess it's not offside. Krzysztof Piatek, I think you'd pronounce that, but it doesn't really matter. Sit down, Dice, you muppet. Yeah, I feel like everybody's made the decision for him here. We don't need to see it again. I thought it was clearly onside, to be honest. All right, let's go attacking. And Doyle Hayes, I got excited there, but I'm not Villa manager right now. Lafont makes the save. Gustavo's there, but just sort of hacks it to nowhere. And it ends up going behind for a corner. All right, let's look to be more expressive here. And I'm wondering, we'll just leave it at that for now. What to do here, please, boys? Get that away. It's back post. We should get there through Callum Black, and that's the end. I'm not quite sure what that is for. Was that direct from the corner? Terry Cook's not having a great time of it. Neither is Harry Wilson. All these guys that had been doing well. And what is it? Is it a YouTube thing that we just don't do the first game on YouTube very well? We've been pretty much thoroughly outplayed there, which is not what we needed. Let's give it an aggressive. Where's your passion, boys? We'll tell Turpey just to watch his step here. We do have Militao on the bench. Ideally, though, I don't want to use him because I want to keep him fresh for the Champions League. But Malo's not playing well. What has happened to Malo this year? And Luis Gustavo. I thought Gustavo would step up and replace Taimon and do a really good job of it. I mean, it turns out I've pretty much just been wrong on that. Let's get creative here, boys, and let's pull the finger. I swore there. Pull the fingers out. Let's go a little bit wider, perhaps. Let's just lower the tempo. And we're very soon going to be making some changes here. And the time is now, because it's not happening. Wilson, who has looked an absolute star for us, has not shown up today. So Rickarlison can come on for him. It's not been Terry Cook's day, though. I'm not completely convinced it's his fault. I wonder if we try him as a pressing forward. I won't take him off just yet. Luis Gustavo, what has happened to him this year? And Milo as well. Yeah. I wonder if we can do shouts just aimed at them. Let's demand more from Milo, Turpey, Gustavo, Lookman and Cook. See what we get from that. Let's focus them. I don't know what to do here. I really just don't know what to do. We'll raise that tempo back up. We'll look to counter press. I guess we'll do that. No, we'll keep trying to close them down. We'll get stuck in. I'm wondering if we get stuck in if we need to take Turpey off, actually. He's already on a booking. Push forward, boys. Come on, let's not do this again. All right, can we win this ball here? We can. Rickarlison, you could see what he was doing. It was the right thing to do. Maybe just hold the ball up for a second. Can we win that? Doesn't look like we can. Iheanacho is just running the show in there. Lafont, you've got to come off your line, mate. It's 2-0. What are we doing? First games of episodes. We've looked absolutely woeful. So I guess we'll bring Tom Davies on for Black. I don't think it even really matters. The fullbacks have been disgustingly bad. What is wrong with our fullbacks? And we will take Terry Cook off now because he's looking anxious and he hasn't had a good game anyway. We'll bring Hampson on. I don't even think it matters, does it? It's 2-0 with 9 minutes to go, but the central defenders have just stood there. They've run around them like they're not even there. Show some passion, boys. For the love of God, show some passion. This is unbelievable. I just don't understand what's happened. I just really, really do not understand what we've done here. Gustavo, you've done something useful, mate. Hallelujah. Anything, boys. Anything. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm really sorry, boys. If this goes in at 3-0, we're in serious danger of a rage quit here because I cannot believe what I'm watching. For the second time, even the lights are annoyed. Look at that. Stop flickering light. Oh, it's gone just over. It's a serious flicker. Gustavo and Milo, they have absolutely stunk up the joint 2 games in a row now, and I don't know what to do about it. I really wish we had time on. I really, really wish we still had time on. That's how bad things are. That is absolutely woeful. That is absolute. I'm actually angry. Usually you're like, that was. I'm actually angry. That was. Yeah, you're training tomorrow. Yeah, absolute muppets. Was it something like I said? I don't understand. Turpy reveals my anger. I mean, that really hurts because we've got that 4-point gap back there, and it should have been better. We've lost 2 of our first 6 games, and we've lost them against teams we should be beating. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We'll get the Champions League campaign underway next, and we better be better than that, or else heads will roll. Okay, welcome back. Let's put that debacle behind us and move on with life here in the Champions League. We are the favourites for this game against Olympique Lyon. You can see we were in good form, and then that happened. Let's not worry about it. Fabien Mush. That guy is the manager. I don't recognise the name. FC Paris, maybe in real life. It looks like he might be at Real now. Right now, I should say. They're a balanced mentality. They are a direct playing style. We can see here the way that they lined up against Guingamp. I think you pronounced that in their last fixture. We're not expecting them to line up that way against us. We can see that they're very narrow, but do like to attack down the wings. There's their passing network and their key passes. This is the team that we are sending out, and you'll be happy to know there is no one from that last game except from Lafont that is in this starting lineup. So it's Lafont in goal. It's Verstrade, Stark, Felipe, and Militao as a back four. Zamora and Canete coming to midfield. It's Bouvier, Vladzic, and Richarlison in behind the great man Michael Schweinsteiger. Well, we can only improve, can't we? I almost think the worst thing about that is that I don't remember us having a highlight. Granted, I'm red misting a little bit from anger. They've definitely changed up the way they're playing. Kasper Dolberg has a nice 10 on him, doesn't he? Do it for the fans. I mean, you owe them after that last performance. So let's give the fans a performance. Some calm, we have faith. And let's get out there. While waiting for the game to start too, I just want to quickly mention that I am starting a new series with Bali United in Indonesia, just kind of seeing out the end of FM19, sitting on the beaches in Bali. The first episode came out yesterday, being Sunday, so it's its own playlist. If you want to be interested in something new to watch, go and check that out. But if not, obviously, no harm, no foul. Let's see, can we get an early goal from a corner? Bouvier's there. We know he's got a decent shot on him. Bouvier! Oh, he has got a decent shot on him. It's 1-0, 6 minutes in. And that is what was missing against Aston Villa. I'd say that maybe I got the formation wrong a little bit, or it was the. I honestly don't think it would have mattered. We were so bad that I don't know. Team talk. I just don't think maybe that's the reason. It's a good finish of Bouvier. He's an absolute weapon from the edge of the area there. No one played well. No one in that team played well, and that's why we haven't seen Milo and Luis Gustavo since the opening game, and I don't think we'll see him again, to be honest. Something has gone horribly wrong there. And we were scoring for fun. That's the worst thing about it. You know, those 3 games in between hand, must have been close to 20 goals we scored, wasn't that many? Like maybe 15. 7, 3, and 5. Yes, so 15 goals. So we were free scoring. I just did not see that coming. Zamora, it's a good ball out there for Militao. Can he pull back a decent cross? He can. It's Vladzic. Oh, here's Richarlison! Vladzic, I don't know if he missed the header or if it might have hit the defender and fallen to Richarlison, but it doesn't matter what happened because it's 2-0. And this is what we can do. This is what we should have been doing against Aston Villa. And this is much, much better now. Now, what happened with this cross? Did it come off Vladzic? No, it just went straight through. Maybe a sneaky push in the back there from Vlasic. Dare I suggest that? I'm sure he wouldn't do that. But yeah, that was a little bit of a weird one, but we're absolutely dominating this game. Real Madrid did play away to Spartak Moscow, and they had an early kickoff, and they did win 2-0. So you would expect them to beat Spartak Moscow. Maybe in Russia, you'd hope for they might sneak a draw out of them. But no, Real Madrid won that one 2-0. So if we are going to keep pace with them, and if we do think it's between us, them, and maybe Lyon for top of the group, then we do need to win this, because we do not want to be dropping. You could see what was going for there, but not the best pass from Vlasic. Yeah, if it is between the three of us to get out of the group, top of the group, then we don't want to be dropping points at home to Lyon, especially when Real Madrid have already got 3 points in the bag. Lafont with a nice ball out there for Verstraete, who is looking increasingly like the first choice left back after what we saw from Gustavo last time. Now, here we go with Vlasic now. We know he can run, but he's just running to a little bit of a dead end there. Maybe he needed the pass. They've worked that nicely. Kasper Dolberg's in and he's hit the post. Little bit of luck there, perhaps. But we just tell them to concentrate. We don't need them pulling one back here before the break. Carlson's picked up a bit of a knock, kick in the shins maybe. He looks like he's recovering. We do have Lookman on the bench, but ideally we won't use him. We'll keep him fresh for future games. Haven't seen anything from Schweinsteiger, have we? Match rating isn't the best. It's going to have to be an assertive, don't get complacent. We might just say we want a little bit more out of you, please, mate, up front there. It may just be a lack of chances, but we do want him doing something up there, not just standing there looking pretty. And here we go. 2-0 is fine. Obviously, the more we win, the better it helps our goal difference. Should we lose against them at their place, we want to have the best head-to-head that we can. So obviously, the better win we have here, the bigger mistake we can afford at their place. I'm looking at Schweinsteiger. I'm going to give him some praise. See if that we've been playing well. See if that kicks him up a little bit. Doesn't look like it does. I put Rainer Schiffers on the bench because we haven't seen him yet this year, and he is a good player. And I'm thinking Zamora, if he's nervous, he's not having the best game. We'll bring on a more defensively minded Sanderberg. We know he just passes for fun. So we'll make that change as well. He'll go and give the ball away now, won't he? Here we go with... So Sanderberg might just be going to nick that, but I think it's actually Vlasic number 8, isn't it? Can he get to that? No. It's been a little bit of a quiet second half. 20 minutes to go. It's not quite done yet. If they were to score here, it would make it very, very nervy. Dolberg just sort of wandering around in midfield there. It's not the best pass. Can we win that back with Richarlison? No, we can't. Pepe. I wonder if that's the Pepe that went to Arsenal, because he came from Lyon, didn't he? Good header there. Important header there from Luis Felipe. That was really, really important. Here we go now with Verstraete. Can we launch a counter-attack? Look at him go. He has a wonderful ball for Rainer Schiffers, and Rainer Schiffers makes no mistake. Absolutely no mistake. 1 game, 1 goal for him this year. And that is surely now, that is the game. Let's demand a little bit more. But yeah, that is pretty good. There was a weird flash of the screen there, wasn't there, when he scored that? I have seen it before when I'm editing. If I go frame by frame, so it looks like a window's going to open up. I'm a little bit concerned it's a virus, to be honest. But if anybody else has seen that or knows anything about it, let me know in the comments. It's one frame and you just see a flick. Oh, that's going to go in, is it? It's an indirect free kick. I'm not sure what happened there. I thought that was our goal that we were attacking. But anyway, yeah, if you've come across that before, and you know what it is, let me know if it's something I need to worry about. It just doesn't look great seeing that the quick flick of the screen, but it doesn't really matter because it's a Rainer Schiffers goal. Maybe it's just the game going to crash because Rainer Schiffers scored. It could be anything. Minute to go here in regular time. There might be a little bit of time added on for stoppages, but at 3-0, it's been a good, solid performance, a much, much better performance than the Villa game. Because that's something that's going to anger me for probably most of the day, to be honest. Let's keep the clean sheet. Yes, we can. I think Lafont had that covered against his countrymen here, of course. So we signed him from Italy, didn't we? From Fiorentina, I think, is where he starts out. Time's up. Canete knocks a corner in. Ken Bouvier at a fourth. Oh, Bouvier! Goal of the game. What a strike to make it 4-0. And it's got to be the last kick of the game because we're overtime already. And that was absolutely stunning. Let's have another look at this. We'll give them some praise. I cannot wait to see this again. He has scored so many goals like this. Oh, it's stunning. It's such a good strike. It's such a good strike. Second of the game for him, and that is definitely game done now. Blow it up, ref. They've had enough. We've had enough. That is what we like to see. There we go. Well, that was much, much better. The difference in performance there it's a different club, isn't it? It's not even it was literally a different team. But I'm going to say good performance. Don't let it go to your heads. Except for Bouvier. Go to your head, mate, because that was absolutely brilliant. What a game from Bouvier. He is looking. Maybe that's why Rebel's trying to get rid of what's his face, Rafinha. He just wants Bouvier to play. Real Madrid are still after Canente, which worries me because I don't want him to go, but God knows what Stuart Webb will do. They'll probably sell him for a $5. So Bouvier has been looked at, and Lafont now for the French squad, so that's good to see there. But guys, that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, which is unlikely at this point, 111 episodes in, but don't forget to subscribe, and of course ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes. And we'll be back next time. We'll come back as ever for the Carabao Cup as we put out the regens named after you guys in that one. Then I think we'll skip over Huddersfield and we'll come back for our trip to the, I'd say Camp Nou, but we know it's the Bernabeu. That's a joke from the Heart Save. Yeah, so I think that's what we'll do next time. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.